In Hearthstone, there's always a constant discussion. Is a card good? Are you getting enough value out of it? What a lot of people don't know is that there are certain rules that dictate if a card is good enough or not. In this series, I, Deadbeat, will be exploring Hearthstone math and theory. The average card follows the rule where mana cost M is represented by the equation M is equal to TS minus 1 over 2, where TS represents the sum of a card's attack and health stat values. For example, Chillin' Yeti. Implementing its stats into the equation, we get the quantity 4 plus 5 minus 1 over 2 is equal to 4. This completes the equation. We find a 4 mana 4/5 to be an on-point average minion. This rule applies throughout Hearthstone all the way up until the 7 mana clause. The 7 mana clause, copyright Deadbeat, states that past the 7 mana mark, the mana cost rule no longer applies. Looking at Boulder Fist Ogre, a 6/7 that fits the mana cost rule perfectly, and then a War Golem, a 7 mana 7/7, does not follow the mana cost rule. You'll find that every card past 7 mana follows the 7 mana clause. This is where most cards' values become dictated by secondary effects. Using the mana cost rule, evaluating a card becomes easy. Take the piloted shredder for example. According to the equation, the piloted shredder fits a 3 mana cost value, but still has an output of 4 mana. At a first look, a card like this can be deemed insignificant to amateur players, and in the face of other cards like a spider tick. However, once we look at the secondary effect, Death Rattle, summon a random 2-cost minion, everything becomes clear. With the average 2-cost minion following the mana cost rule being a 2/3 or 3/2, we can now label the piloted shredder as an extremely efficient card. It outputs a value of 4 mana stats, but considering its secondary effect, it becomes a 5 mana cost value for only 4 mana. Using the piloted shredder as a model for more card evaluating, we can infer the values of secondary effects and cards that have fractional mana value. But first, individual stats must be evaluated. If a 2/3 costs 2 mana and a 3/4 costs 3 mana, we can easily see it has a difference of +1/+1. Using this information, we can infer that a +1/+1 worth of stats is equivalent to 1 mana. We see this clearly with the Shattered Sun Cleric, being a 3/2 card with a 2 mana stat value and taking into account its battle cry of give a minion +1/+1, we can clearly see that it still fits a 3 mana value perfectly. Using this information as an example, we can evaluate other secondary effects and fractional mana value, such as Gnomish Inventor. Gnomish Inventor is a 4 mana 2/4 with Battlecry draw a card. Using the mana cost rule, Gnomish Inventor comes out with a 2.5 value worth of stats. If we subtract its stat value from its total mana cost, we come out with a difference of 1.5 worth of mana. Now, we can infer that the Battlecry effect, draw a card, is worth about 1.5 mana. Checking with another card that has the same Battlecry, Novice Engineer, it is consistent with the Gnomish Inventor in stat value. Gnomish Inventor has a total stat value of 6 stats for 4 mana. Looking at the average 4-drop Chillin' Yeti having 9 total stats, it is missing 3 total stat value, a +2/+1. This stays consistent with the Novice Engineer as well as a 2 mana 1/1 with Battlecry draw a card is missing +2/+1 as stats. This confirms our earlier subtraction problem solution that Battlecry draw a card is indeed worth 1.5 mana. From here we can evaluate for ourselves if a card is worth it or not, like whether or not we want to sacrifice 3 total mana value for a 4-drop in order to draw a card, instead of playing a 4 mana 4/5. It's things like this that make Hearthstone and deck making fun to do. Thank you guys for watching. Next week I'll be discussing spells and their effects, partially using the theories discussed in this video. This has been Deadbeat, and I'll catch you next time.